We're live. Cool. Today is the last day of Snake Breakout. At long last, finally the end is in sight. And of course, when I'm trying to test Twitch, there's an ad. This is why we can't have nice things. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, it is as I mentioned, the last day of Snake Breakout. We have finally made it to the end. I am ready for it to be the end. I unfortunately did not have some time to go ahead and keep working on Breakout, so I had Copilot help me out, and it gave me some things for the brick collisions, which was just this. And that looks very simple and probably going to be broken, but it's okay. Because we're looking for like bare bones functionality with some bugs that are going to be features, because we'll roll with it, but it'd be like that. So I've actually just pushed that update like minutes ago to that GitHub, which I will go grab and share with y'all. And then while we're at it, let's go get the event links in case you haven't checked in yet. So go ahead and check in if you want to clone the repo, copy the project, all that kind of jazz. Go right ahead, take the moment to do it. If you are having Pygame issues, just do it in Replit or Codespaces. That way computers will continue to work, hopefully, after this. But yeah. But before we get into actually combining things, I had asked for like the last two workshops, I think, that if anybody had gotten to finish or they wanted to show off, to go ahead and post the GitHub link in the follow-up stream, which is today. It was also yesterday. But if you have something working and you want to show it off or you want to like work through it, then feel free to post the GitHub link in the chat and I can go ahead and pull it up and we can see what you got before we get into our workshop. Hooray! Pygame errors were fixed. Yay. I love to see it. Love it. Alrighty, people are still hopping in, so maybe I will take a moment and brag about my crafting. I've been crocheting blankets stuff, blanket squares. And so there are now the beginnings or the center of each blanket square all over my desk. I have many crafting supplies on my desk now, and as you can see. Anyway, fun fact aside, no peanut butter today. I went into the kitchen to see if she was interested, and I caught her eating plastic, so she is temporarily banned for eating plastic. But also, we'll see if she wants to come in when we take a break. She does usually like to be in the window, but she might come a little later. The sun's been warming up her spot usually, so she hasn't come in. But I've also been in back-to-back meetings today, so she hasn't had a chance to come in. So you never know. I think it's mostly my work schedule this week. Alrighty. So far, no GitHub links. So I guess we'll just keep going. Let me know if you can't read anything, see anything. I will happily zoom in. I recognize that she needs not a temper. You try telling my cat that. You try, because I've tried. Homegirl keeps going. I cannot stop her. She's a bread fiend, a plastic fiend. She likes Costco rotisserie chickens. She has needs, and clearly I am not meeting them. She is a special cat. But I love her all the same. She's adorable. She's spicy, though. She's spicy. Okay. GitHub link. It takes you to GitHub. Thank you. I love when I'm being taken literally. Wow. This long-standing history of me being literal has come back to bite me, where now people are doing it to me. I feel like my parents would appreciate this vengeance. Whenever they'd be like, oh, give me a second, I'd be like, 1 Mississippi. And they would be like, are you kidding me? Like, what possesses you to do this? Which I thought was hilarious, but my sense of humor is bad. Okay, so getting into what we're doing today. Let's go pull up that wonderful document. As for what we've done in the past 2 workshops, we've gotten Pygame hopefully installed successfully, which at this point, we finally have the one person who had Pygame issues finally having it working, so success. Excellent. We made Snake the first day to get an idea of what were the basic needs and also optimizing the code using classes and just better variable names than some arbitrary, like, well, not bad coding, but like making it better and more, making it easier so that way for today we can just be like, pull this class, pull this feature, pull whatever, such that it's easier rather than it just being all self-contained. So not only are the files that we've made self-contained, but we can now import them, which is what we're going to be doing today. You know, if someone else that has Pygame issues, they have not made it known. You were the brave one who made it known. And I'm very proud of you for acknowledging that you had issues, so that way we could try and help you out. And I am glad that they are finally fixed. We are a failure positive community here, at least in my workshops. I don't know about the rest, but I would hope so. Right, so we finished up Snake, got it fairly functional. I don't think there was really any bugs. We also, I cleaned up a little bit of the quit feature, and we got into the idea of like run states where while something is running, we want to play the game. And so with Breakout, we moved on to like, okay, what does that need to be functional? What classes do we need, that, etc. But then we also have different run states like run and pause, all things that would be pretty useful as we go through playing a game. And so now that brings us to today, which is that we are finally combining things. And I don't know why I wear headphones when I can't actually hear anything. I've just come to this conclusion. A+, it'd be like that. But yeah, so what features do we want to keep? Which ones do we want to remove? Damn, that is unfortunate. Alrighty. She's living her best life. It just also happens to include eating plastic. Anyway, as far as Snake and Breakout, what features do we want to keep from each of them? Which ones do we want to remove? I've actually been removing the score component from the games for now with the intention of putting it in later. I just didn't want to deal with blitting text on screen. I'm like, I know there's like functions and it makes it easy, but like I wanted to enjoy just playing the game without being worried about a score because I have no idea how this is going to work. And so I'm like, I don't feel like fighting scores not working. So we're just not doing it. But we do have to wonder then, are we going to keep the snake growth? Are we going to keep the bricks breaking, the snake collecting food? Would the paddle become the snake? Are we going to have power-ups now? Because I think we should. I just don't know how we're going to do that. But then also as far as removing itself, it's like, well, in the original snake game, it would like, die when it ate itself, full Ouroboros, right? But wouldn't that make it that much harder for a breakout version? But is by the same token, is that the design where we just make it harder? We also might want to adjust like brick spacing by how much, how many bricks would there be? Would the snake bounce off itself instead of eating itself and then losing? Who knows? That's something we'll decide today. I don't know how we'll deal with like the wall collisions, because normally when a snake runs into the wall, it is technically going to die. But in Breakout, the wall is something it can bounce off of. And so it's like, okay, how do we merge something? Oh, we have a name. I will pull that up shortly. Thanks to Kat. So we have snake as paddle, confirming that one. We also have possibly the snake is limited to the bottom half of the screen. And then you translate snake about 1,000 times, you might end up with paddle. Who knows? We also have lots of ideas that people came up with, but we were asked about title, so let's go find the title. This is the wrong file. Hang on. There it is. Okay. I need to make this wrap. Actually, we're not going to do that. Let's. Where's the wrap setting? View. Editor layout. Where is wrap? I'm not reading anything here. I don't want to split things. I want to see. There we go. Okay. We have The Epic Adventures of Sir Slithersworth, the snake-smashing, block-breaking, pythonic pursuer of pixelated peril, a tale of code, chaos, and comedic catastrophe in the virtual realm of VS Code, with an interrobang. It is a very, very long name. There was a longer name last stream. Oh, goodness. That is amazing. The Legendary Voyages of Blahaj Berry. I don't know how I feel about Blahaj named Berry. Aquatic Adventure, the key of this. Impressive. Very impressive. Alrighty. Let's get to it. So, what I've been doing, Blahaj Pop, was that I was importing some things. We also want brick. So the reason why we made things the way we did, or at least the way I pushed for these things, was so we could import things from the Snake and Breakout versions. So we have Snake, the direction enum, food, we have the paddle, we have ball and brick. So all of these are key components to our Breakout game. I've also put in some default things that I've kind of just pasted over / Copilot vomited things. We might remove all this and then try again, which is to say we're going to remove all this and try again. And then get rid of that. Again, this was Copilot, and I'm like, I don't think... Or no, I had ChatGPT write some stuff because I was curious what it would come up with. And then I was like, nope. Nope. So we're going to actually remake a couple things. Let's move this out. We need to move these up. We're just gonna move that, and then we're gonna restart this part. Yeah, let's just get rid of those. Okay, let's go copy some things over now. Let's take our breakout and paddle, paste. Yes, my files are Snack and Breck because I thought it was funny. And I cannot be trusted when I have this many meetings to make good names. I had to call back to when I wrote Snake in Java, and it was called Snack 2K15. So, because that's when I wrote it. Don't judge me. Let's see. Okay, so we have these things. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Let's go do that. That's important. Oh shit, wait, no. Wait. Sorry, I try really hard not to swear on screen, even though I'm really swearing is part of my day-to-day. Yeah, that would be really awkward if I deleted that. Let's see, what else do we need? Let's make this a square. What else did we need from this? This one has a different enum. We'll come back to that. 600, 600. That's fine. Screen. Oh, really? I really do try not to swear when I'm streaming, just because there are many different people who watch streams and they have personal preferences about how one should present themselves. And I try to be as neutral as possible. But there are times that I goof and say the wrong thing, particularly in moments of like panic. It'd be like that. Okay. Let's see. So we have our running or pausing. We have our basic stuff. We have all these things are being added, and then we have live game quit. Because you probably need to sign in. That's my assumption. I've never actually done that. You can try typing in this URL, but you won't actually get anywhere. It's not going to get you what you want. Okay, so we also need Snake. The direction we'll hold off on, and we need food. What did we need from here to make it run? Here's some direction. Here's the food stuff. Snake. How did we initialize it? We did have to take keys. We did do that. That's fine. This one is different. let's copy this with the intent of just pasting it and see what happens. Actually, let's see if this runs. I don't think this runs. Oh. Why is it running snake? I am confused. Why are you running snake? Wait! Oh, that's funny. Well, here's one variation I guess we can have of Snake Breakout, where when you lose, you immediately have to play Breakout. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I just want to see what happens when there's no more bricks, because I didn't actually code anything to happen. Nothing happens. Excellent. We don't have an endgame state. That's fine. But the point is we now play both. Creative. So where did snake come from? I'm confused because there's no snake. That does not compute to me. Why did it play snake first? Did I? Huh? I have many questions, and I don't think they're going to be answered. Let's also delete this file from yesterday. Oh. Nope, there's no main root. No main. No main. That import just runs the code in that file. No, I specifically imported the classes. Snake, direction, food, paddle, ball. I imported classes for a reason. Is this a Python thing that I've never run into? It probably is. This is upset. Let's go look at what's in here. Food, draw, respawn. Nothing about clearing the... Ooh. Yeah, okay. You all right. All right. Something's in the snack class doing some things that we don't want to do. Game draw, steering, checking for food, checking bounds. This should not be part of it. Dang, and I deleted that if stuff. Thank you, Copilot. What dost thou have for me? I do not wish to do that. Let's see what this goes through and does. This is fruit spawn logic. I need... First, I want this. Actually, I want that. This is what I want. And then we'll just fix that tab. Do we already have paddle? Yeah. Yeah, because I forgot I wrote this. Okay, let's delete that. Delete. JK, I needed that. Then we have that set up, which we can delete. And then we have that all this gets tabbed out. I think this one gets tabbed in. Cool. Let's see what this does. Still does snake things. Still does snake things. Why dost thou hate me? Oh dear. What have we done? So what I'm hearing is that I need to make a main file that takes this stuff out of it instead of leaving the classes in there. No, I'm mumbling to myself. That's a shame on me, but I'm debugging while talking is sometimes hard. Let's see. So we have main. We have that snake is doing snake things that we don't want it to do, which is unfortunate. Let's just go comment this out. And while we're at it, we're going to comment this out. Because apparently we can't have nice things. Okay. So we have broken collisions. Probably because I didn't finish checking some things. We have up. Yes, I'm aware of that. I'm just making sure that we have everything we need. Because that already is in the block. I have made bricks. We have run, pause. I'm just going to full screen that. Okay. We have pop. Okay. Is this the same? Fill, draw, move, ball, draw, move, draw, time delay. Okay. So why does it hate collisions for... Well, there's different direction enums now. So there's that. Let's make this brick direction. And then, or not brick direction, brick. And then this one becomes snack direction, find direction mentions. Let's match case. That wasn't it. I wanted that. There we go. Go to the next one. Replace. And we should be good. Cool. Oh, that's fine. Let's go find the same thing. Make it brick. And this never used direction enums. Awkward. So why do I have this then? Did I use it differently? Wow, I made an enum that never got used. Let's get rid of that. That's confusing. Okay. Then I didn't actually have to rename this. Cool. That can stay the same. All right. Coming back to this. We have snake direction food. Okay. Let's double check the collisions on Breakout, because for some reason that failed. I'm not entirely certain why. Even though I've copied just about the same things. Oh, maybe something got rewritten when I did that. Let's do this. Paddle not defined. But I did make it a thing. This is under line 46. Gah. This is frustrating. I'm kind of at the point of like, just paste the classes in. I think I'm just going to paste the classes in and figure it out later. Because clearly we can't have nice things. This is what I get for trying to be a good software engineer for now. Paste. Still doesn't like that. That's fine because I switched screen with. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else that is broken? Let's make sure collisions work really quick. Yes. Okay, good. So we have that. Let's go copy our snake classes now. So we have, no, I do not want Copilot. Thank you. You have done enough. Let's go grab that. Snake. This is what we want from snake. Because again, we cannot have nice things. So we want things to render with breakout first and then the snake. Let's go down here. We're going to need this. We're going to need to probably retrofit a little bit of snake because it's using different clock methods. And also, it should take the place of, what am I thinking? It's supposed to take the place of paddle. So we need to comment this out. Snake becomes paddle. And so we'll hold off on that for now. We still have the fill. We're still using screen. That should be fine, yeah. Alrighty, what else do we need? All of this should be moved out of the main function. And this one has a delay. So snake has a shorter or a longer delay than breakout. That is a problem for future us. Let us copy this to paste above this. Shift this inward. Is this all correct? Cool. We're going to comment it out while we're at it. Save. Make sure it all still works. Doesn't like enum. That's because I didn't import things. Let's go back to the top. Import enum. What else did I import in Python? From enum, import enum. And then random pygame, import time for now because we want the generation of the fruit. And I think at this point we're good to remove things. We can get rid of that tab. Up. What is there else to copy? Nothing here. That one's good. These are, did we copy the enum? Yeah, because it didn't, that's not the right file. This one, we want, yeah. Okay, this one's fine. Cool. So we'll close it out. Great. Now let's go and start working our way through merging things. Let me also make sure we're still doing good. Someone's fire alarm went off. Rip. That is unfortunate. Okay, so we have the paddle, which will become snake. It has snake functionality. The ball will stay the same in that it's bouncing around and checking for things. We might have to change how it's checking for collisions, though. The bricks are fine because the paddle and the snake don't collide. I wonder what would happen if we just gave the snake like real estate across the whole window. And then we have food, which we're fine with it generating within the bounds of the window. Snake movement, eating. Okay. And then we commented that up. Okay, let's go. Let's duplicate this view. Split. Right. Great. So we have, let's go back up to the paddle. And then let's go here to snake. Cool. Alrighty. We are now staged to start figuring out how are we merging this. How indeed. So with the paddle, it only moves left to right. But with a snake, we are giving it, say, a range of motion within a block. And so we want that to be able to move left, right, up, and down, but not diagonally like the paddle or the ball would. So we'll probably need to add a little bit here with regards to moving. We could leave this as is in regards to the snake's movement, like it can't go back upon itself, but that we want to make sure that there is speed to it. Like if we held down, say, the left arrow key, we want it to speed up in a certain direction, much like we would the paddle. I think that should stay. For respawn, that immediately goes to this section where it draws the rectangle. This one is where the block size and bounds are set. So what did we do for initializing the snake, actually? Let's go back here, close that up. Snake equals, okay, so we have block size and bounds. Well, did we say it was block size? Here I am again, yawning. Bounds is just a tuple of the window. Where the window is, let's double check to make sure. Where did we set the window here? Oh, the window is bounds. Okay, so this is screen size, and let's go add that then. This we already know. Screen, I think it's screen width first, though. And screen height. Block size. How did we do this in Breakout? Oh, block size is important though. Let's make this an arbitrary 10 for now. Even though I disagree with doing that kind of stuff. That's fine. We can leave that as that. Okay, so it's initialized with the block size of 10. We have the bounds. And then when it goes to respawn, we are still looking for respawn. Where did it go? Here it is. We have a length of 3. We have the body locations and the direction that it's going. This one uses 0. But it also has a speed. How would we merge that part? At the very least, the drawing changes somewhat, but it's a for each segment. So seeing that we're lower in this file, let's also close those lines. All right. Currently, this is in the middle of the file. Oops, daisy. Where were we looking? We were looking at paddle, which is all the way up here. Yeah, I actually didn't really think this far. I also didn't think we'd get this far, because usually my streams run a little slow. But here we are. Oh, I did change this, though. So for respawn, we were looking here. Let's copy this here. This is called anyway. Okay. And then for respawn, this also has the length. So I think let's copy this anyway. Knowing that this will change how we view direction here as 0. What is it in the enum? Is down 0? Down is not 0. Maybe we shift this. And see how that works. Okay, so this is paddle. We need to go back down to snake. Here's snake. Okay, so we've done initialization. I don't really think this is going to work yet. What else do we need? We have the respawn. We should update the drawing. where for every segment we draw it. So let's compare what we have. Okay. So when we're drawing, we have in the snake instance, we have for segment and snake in self body, draw each rectangle using screen. We're going to still do this same tuple of color. The only difference is now we have, instead of self.rectangle, we have segment 0, segment 1, and self block size by block size because we need to keep it square. I can push to GitHub, but I don't think things work right now. Let's see what happens. I expect breakages. Snake is not defined. Yeah, that tracks. Oh, that's right. We're merging paddle in, so let's go get rid of this. And then we didn't actually make foods. Where was foods made? That was also made here. Let's go ahead and copy this part and add this too. See, where is the... Let's put this here. Let's let that be the case. Block size, we said it was 10, and bounds is screen width and screen height. And then let's see if that works. Window is not defined. Right, this should be screen. Okay, we have no paddle now, but at least it breaks. Okay. I will push this though. This behemoth of shame. All right, it is now pushed. So if you want to go pull what we have for now, go for it. Again, it does not work because we're merging things, and merging is hard right now. Let's see. Okay, so it's currently not drawing on the screen because we're not done yet by any means. Let's go back up to snake. So let's see. Length, direction, body. Let's copy these, put that at the top for now, because that seems fairly consistent. Color. We're leaving that there, so we don't actually need color for now. We have respawn, which gets us this. So respawn is done. Respawn is done. Drawing is what we're working on. Where instead of doing this, let's comment out that rectangle. Comment out this. Yeah, that's because I just added. Did I just add the right one? It is there now. Let's go double check really quick though. Yep, it is there now. Mostly because I threw together stuff and then tossed it in. Alrighty. I didn't want to get pushed. Everything's already up to date. I wanted to run Python snapbrick. Yeah. Paddle object has no attribute rect. That's right. So we'll need to update this then. Oh. Maybe we leave the body. Okay. So the thing that we're running into. So with snake, you have multiple rectangles drawing each segment of the body. Because we are merging it and the paddle is one long rectangle, we now need to account for the fact there are multiple rectangles that we are rendering instead of just the one, which means we need to for loop everything. So for segment and body, do that. That part's fine. But anywhere else that reference these, we need to update the movement. Let's comment this out and have it. Oh, but it's also here too. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh no. Maybe we need a head. Yeah, we should be checking the head of the snake, which I'm pretty sure for right now is fine. We'll do it this way. We'll make that 0, make that 0. This is not going to go the way I want it to, but it's okay. We commented this out. So what else do we need? This is for each segment and self.body. So it's actually body instead of rect that we need. So let's fix that. Okay, is there anything else? No. Okay. And let's go find self-direct. We've commented those out. Okay, let's see what that does. It does not like it still. Where are you finding this in? I commented that out. Self.check collision. Oh, I see. Body 0. Body 0. Body 0. Body 0. This is find.rect. Okay, so we have drawing it, drawing it, drawing it, drawing it. Okay. I think we're temporarily good. It should stop freaking out about that. It has no top. That's right, because we didn't actually save the rectangles. The body is not a saved rectangle. It's just a set of tuples. So what we should be instead doing is saving the rectangle instead of the tuple as part of the segment of the body. Maybe we have to do something else. Let's see. What I need is... Let's undo that. Step back a bit. It was in the right direction, but I think we needed something else. Maybe we make the head of the body where this is where the tuple goes, I think, because it's left top with height. And the location is set earlier. Okay. So what we need is a self.head is equal to, we need that later. We need that here. Is that the tail or is that the head? I don't actually know. And we're going to make that the rectangle that we draw here, which is going to be height.rect 100, 100, and then this. Let's see if that works. I don't expect that to work. Yeah. It must be a rect style object. Yeah. How then did Snake do it? They have window color. Oh, well, that's something else I'm missing. So we need... But that one's creating a rectangle. Oh, there's drawing it, and then there's the object that you're creating, which is going to be the block size and the block size. So getting there. Okay, that makes more sense. Self.body 0, 0, self.body 0, 1, and then block size. Okay. Okay, what else do you not like? Title object. That's fine. We need to go back and fix that now. So now instead of this, we can name that and see. Okay. We have it running again, but we don't have it showing yet. So our draw function is not quite there yet. Because currently we have drawing the segments. Oh, this is so much harder than I thought it would be. This is so much harder. I feel like the stream is mostly going to be figuring out how to get the snake visible and then calling it. You started with basic Pong, added several panels on the left side, and then rotated it. Then a bunch of random stuff. Why don't we take an early break? I'm going to take 10 minutes to think about this because I am not able to, like I said, debug and talk and think at the same time. I also need lunch. Yeah, I'll be back in 10 minutes and we will have a better direction, I think. All right. Okay. I have thought. And thought some more. And when I get into these, like, when I get into spaces where I'm struggling to figure out how to merge something, it's not that I completely scrap it. I really tried not to, because then that's like wasted effort. But I do want to break it back down to simplicity. And so what that kind of means is the like paddle class works. We can move left and right, we can increase the speed, move back and forth. So how do we build on that, turning that into a single head of a snake, and then build up from that? And so that's my thinking. So we're going to reset, basically. So let's go open up Breakout. We're going to go find the paddle class. My mic is on. It should be on. Did you lower the volume? Let's go double check the volume. I can't actually check. I can check on Twitch. Give me a second. Let's see. Yeah, no, it works. I think it's your headset. I think it's your headset. All right. That sounds like a volume issue, I hope. Or just that the volume was turned off for a bit. But yeah, I've thought, I've snacked. We have refresh, which is that we fix the paddle class. Okay. So we currently know that this works. So let's do it in the up and down direction. This is the only way I can think of, like, doing it in such a way that makes sense. Top, bottom, and then we also want to handle screen height. Okay. And we want to change this to Y, change that to Y. Self.direction, let's maybe direction becomes X and Y. Let's make it X. Duplicate it. Direction Y, where direction X is here and direction Y is here. Okay, and then this should Y. Okay, so that all should be fine. What we need to go down here and do now is remove mention of snake. So that should be stay there. Let's get rid of this comment and then see how that works. Okay, so now we can move our paddle anywhere. Hey yo, this is why brakes are super nice. And it's like fairly speedy. Looks like it kind of clips. Did we lose collision? No. So while it's moving, we don't have collision. Do we need to have like a lower speed? I think I know. So this is a frames per second issue, I think. But it looks like we have food in that top left corner. I think we have food. Right, because we have, so let's get food working too then. Let's get food working. So we have a now moving paddle. Yay. Let's also shrink that paddle length. Where is the place to change the size? Again with this. Well, this is where it's being drawn. So we have the rectangle being left top width and height. Let's change the width to be the same. Double check that. Cool. We now have our snake head and it can move. I wonder what this collision will be. Nothing. Cool. Let's go make food work now. See, this is why you take breaks. Breaks help you think better. Also, I don't need this anymore because we have proved that things are working. Alrighty. So food. Let's jump down to here where let's also get rid of that snake class because we don't need snake anymore for now. Well, for now, like I said, we're going to come back to it, but it'll clean up some of the bloat in terms of scrolling around. So we have food where it's generated randomly, takes the bounds. We have food here. Cool. And this is based on time. And so the thing we don't have is fruit spawn logic. So let's uncomment that. Block size we said was 10, and bounds we said was screen width, height. And that should autofill, and that's fine. And then screen fill for food draw. Okay, let's see how this works. So we should have food randomly generate. That's what I'm looking for. This is so hard though to like get the ball to bounce on that one square. Okay, so it looks like we do have food. We haven't changed the color though of the food. That's okay. But the point is we now have food generating. We don't have collision with it, but we can work on that. Excellent. Don't mind me eating lunch. We could do a reverse breakout where the goal is to make sure that the bricks are not broken for as long as possible while still collecting food. Because food is then generally helpful in that your snake grows longer and you can make sure that it doesn't like hit the bricks. That would be a cool like bonus feature in an inverted breakout game. Alright, and food generates without issue. Love it. Let's go change the color of food really quick. See, things are going so much faster once you just take a break. I think this will actually turn it blue. Yeah, food's blue. I don't want to have it blue. I want to have it red. Okay, so food is good. We'll come back to collisions at another point. Alrighty. So as far as snake breakout, we have the head of a snake, we have food generating, we have bricks to break that the ball is working on, and that collision is fine for now that I'm not going to touch because there are broken things, but that's okay. So as for what next, we need to make sure that we have food collisions so that way the snake can grow and therefore the paddle can grow. And then we'll see what we come to next. So now that we have movement, the snake, head of the snake, can go any which direction it pleases, which has me a little worried as far as how intense things can get. Because I don't want collisions with itself at the moment. I'm just not in the mood to deal with that. What else? Well, there's two things to consider. We can have it be like the original snake functionality, which means only one direction at a time. Or we can go the direction of food collisions, make sure it grows, and then come back and figure it out. We're going to need to deal with the body anyway, but I feel like food collisions might be easier to work on for right now, I think. I mean, what do you all think? Should I go for food or should I go for body growth or something else? While I take a bite of my lunch. I know there's a delay in stream anyway, so you gotta wait a bit. And number one, Malode, Florida, I'm assuming, with food collision. Okay, so let's take a look at it. So the ball currently has collision with the bricks, but we want food collision. So now we can reference collision here. In the original snake game, where we have checking for food. So let's just copy this for now. Put this in the panel. And let's make sure that we understand what's going on and see if it still works, right? Okay. So we can also remove this and remove that. All right. Now that we've cleaned up what we can look at. So when we're checking for food, we have the head, which is the self body originally. Oh, the butt. Interesting. The tail was at the end. Okay. That's not what I expected, but okay. Okay. So then we have that the head is checking if it perfectly aligns with the X and Y instances of where the position is. And then we have eating it, which we'll come back and figure out what that's like. But as far as checking for food, I would want to make sure it's within some sort of range. And we also can replace this head 0 and head 1. What is this? Okay, it's the tuples. Okay, so if it's the tuples, then we actually need self.rect top left, I guess? Or would it be top? What does X give us? Oh, it looks like we can get... Looks like we could get X and Y. But what is the X in a rectangle? I'm guessing it's its X location. But we will always have perfect food collision here. Let's do a print statement to check. Head 0. Let me double check that we actually... Let's leave that as is and see what turns up when we run over some food. It doesn't even run into it. Interesting. Why is that the case? So we need a little bit of a less perfect collision is what I'm seeing. We just needed to like touch something. So as long as some aspect of it is within a range, then I think we should be able to. Okay, so instead of, let's double check though. I want to make sure game. Let's look at the documentation and see what we can get. So when we have this, we have the left top width, right height. Oh, awkward. Well, so there's multiple ways in which it stores things. An erect can be created from a combination of things. In place methods. I want to know. Oh, the X and Y are the first two values. So that would be the first two values, which would be its location in the coordinate plane. So that means that this is also within the coordinate plane. So it has to perfectly align in that corner, which I don't like. So we know that the food size is going to be 10. So shouldn't it be within that? And so we'll look instead at is, I didn't call the function. Oh, hang on. You right. When do we call the function in the snag? We have it for F in foods. Well, that would be important. And we also want to change this to paddle. And you right. Let's check that for a hot sec before I go messing with things. It works. Cool. Let's go get the eat function then. So this is where it increases the length of itself. But what about food collisions? This is checking for food, cleaning it up. That is equal to that. Okay. What currently happens? Let's go. Oh, but we're still having the same collision issue where it's not working. Unless we're perfectly aligned, will it actually collect the food? So we need a less perfect collision for food anyway. Got it. So yes, partially, but we still need to do some work. Okay. So how would we best do this? The way that we do this with the paddle is we're just checking the dimensions of we check that the ball is within the dimensions of the paddle. So maybe we can use that as a reference. So the way this is that we have the position plus itself is greater than, or the bottom. Maybe we copy this part and then we go here and we retrofit it a bit. So we'll need this one's doing 1 first, which is weird to me. We also need block size, which we said was 10. I know I don't really like doing that, but then we have dot top. What is top? What does top give us more accurately? Top is the top border. I just want to know more about it itself. Not really helpful for now. But I think that's going to be like the region in which it is. So for the paddle, why is my brain not working on this? This is what I'm doing. And my brain was like, no. You're right. It's the head, I think, that I'm getting confused by. So we have food. We have the food that we're passing and that we're checking. Let's just do it the way you did it. I like that way. It makes more sense readability-wise. Copilot did not suggest readability. Readable code. Let's put it that way. So food.x plus 20. Well, food.x minus 20? That's a lot. We want 5. I think that's how much we actually want. It's not actually correct, but let's give it a border, so to speak. And then we're going to look for if self.rect.x is going to be, because we want, if let's say it's going past it, we want it to be less than that. We want it to be greater than or equal to that. And then self.rect.x is less than or equal to plus, I could have done that differently, but brain do brain things. And then self.rect.y greater than or equal to food. Yeah, there we go. And then let's put that on the same line. And that return true. And that should technically manage that, but I don't think it's going to work the way we want it. Where are you forgetting something there? Cool. So we know that was good. Let's go find another piece of food. Okay. Not quite. It's not perfect. It like doesn't. Oh, maybe you're right. Okay, but we got, okay, so it's kind of clunky. Just a little. So maybe we start with 10 instead of 5. 10, give it a border around it so that way it somewhat catches into it. Let's see how that goes. Okay. Give food. foodless. Okay, now we're collecting some food. That was a pretty good idea. Thank you for writing it that way. That helped a ton. Perfect. Now we're getting somewhere. I mean, now I'm like more aligned with it anyway, which I'm like, that's not good for testing. Yeah, that's better. That's so much better. Okay, cool. We have food collision. Woohoo! Now let's go ahead and actually follow through with food collision where we need to add a body to it. So we have the original rectangle as the head. But I think we need to make a set of rectangles, which will be the body that we need to update as we move things. So the way we were originally doing it, when we were merging it, while it had accommodations for it, it wasn't drawing it. And so I'm like, how do we draw this well enough? So maybe it's that we have a for loop to draw the bodies like what we originally had. But then for respawn, maybe it's that you start with one, and that's how you have to, quickly, you hard mode it until it's easy enough, Maybe so. Maybe so. What did we have? Eat. Pass in oneself. And so they have just add the length. This one, how else do you eat or grow? So you have the length. Where else is this used? If length is less than self.body, pop something off. But checking the bounds, checking if it's eaten itself. Let's do a check for food. And that's if we pop the food, that's fine. Where is it that it updates and adds? Really? Where on earth is length is established here? We have the block size, respawn given the length. You have the body of that length. You have for each thing in body, draw segment 1 and 2. Okay. This is movement of it. If the length is less than that. Huh? How is this adding a new body? Oh, it's in the previous direction. Segment and self.body of block size. I guess you always have the previous direction, maybe? I don't know. Because, like, in our case, what if we stay in the same spot? How do we manage if we're staying still and collecting food, where we need to automatically append another block to it? I guess I would just add one that's offset by the 10 pixels of the block size that we have. So we do need to increase the length. So I do think we need to have length plus equals 1, as we did in the original. We will need a length equal to 0, or equal to 1 technically, upon respawn, where it just draws the 1. And then I guess we'll need a body. And we'll say we don't need to update that in the draw, but we need that here. Append, and we'll add something there. Respawn, so we'll need to establish a body here, where body equals .direct. And that's where we start this. And then we have perhaps a new rectangle. So we have temp body for now, which is equal to direct do you know what the tail is? Well, then you would need, yeah, that actually is take the previous position. 10, 10. For now, let's subtract 10 more pixels from each of them, or from at least the X direction. And then for the pie game part where we're drawing it, this now becomes, we have the head, but we also need to draw self.body, but we have multiple things. So for B and body, and we want from after the first one, if there is one, we will draw that. And this becomes B, and we need to make this self.body. Okay. Let's see what happens. So we still don't have that, which is awkward. Let's wait for some food and maybe that will change things. Oh, you know what? We didn't call it. Yes, here we go. Let's see. Still not growing. We are calling draw. Stream B. I think this is going to be the problem. I'll draw rest of body. In the meantime, let's double check the length by printing this out. Actually, put that there, and we also want temp body. And let's see. Okay. Whoops, that's my bad. Okay, so we have a rectangle, but it's not following it. That's what's going on. So we need to update. Yeah, because now it's -20, 10, 10, 10. Let's also print out what the head looks like. Let's see what's going on. Hey, I finally hit the ball with the snake. Where is the other food? Should food be rendered on top? Should bricks be something that they can break? Who knows? Okay. Okay, so it is tracking where it's going. The question is that it's not actually... Oh, you know what? It's from the end. I think I want from the head, I guess. Let's see how that works. I don't think that's going to work either, but we're going to keep playing with it. Because it's not updating where it needs to go. Oh, I see. So we're littering snake body parts at the moment everywhere. Whoops. Okay, so now that we have an understanding of what's going on, we're making body parts, but we're not keeping the body parts connected to us, which is fine. It's confusing. It's different. It's a feature, not a bug. I wonder if actually, will this have the collision that, oh, it doesn't collide. Oh, but it'd be so cool if you did have collisions. So only the main head will have collision. But we could make the snake body parts have collision if we wanted. It'd be really, really intense. Not quite the original intent, but lots to think about. Okay. Cool. So now how do we make sure that the body follows us? So in the original, we have direction, body, block. We have for each segment, draw itself into the body. And we have the movement. Ah, that's what it is. We're missing the movement bit where we have checking where not the head is. Oh, but they have the head at the back. And based on the next direction of where it should go, they increment where it's going. And then as far as steering, that's fine. Okay, so we need a little bit of inspiration from this move function. Don't mind me just also eating. Okay, now that we've figured out some of it, at least conceptually, let's see how we can make it work. So we go back to our move, and we currently have go whichever direction you want. But we don't have moving the next head, where this is appended, and then any and all other links are popped. So maybe we take this concept. Wait, I need to put this in down. This goes in down. Next head, current head, which we need. That makes more sense as to why the body is like that. So then maybe it's that. Okay, so we change that to be insert beforehand. But we also then, next head, we have current body is self.body -1. Okay. This is for up. Let's just copy the whole thing. And then we need for right. And then left. And then I think once we make this all elif instead of ifs, we might be able to have more control over that diagonal. But let's first see what we can do. So we have, this is supposed to go under left, which I'm forgetting is here. Okay. Whoops. Block size. All right, I guess I should probably put that in now. Block size equals 10. And let's go find mentions of 10. Self.block size. Self.block size. Self.block size. Self.block size. Self.block size. Anywhere else? Here. We may need to get rid of that, but that's fine. Block size. Self.block size. Ooh, why is it not autofilling? Something tells me something's wrong. Yep, something's wrong. That's because I fudged that. All right, anywhere else that's 10? No. Oh, rect argument invalid. Screen B. Oh, well now. Oh, but this is where it's at. Okay. We just need to fix how we're doing this. That's fine. This just changes. Let's go back and fix that. So we need to turn this into a rectangle now. Let's see. Let's see. I don't like how this was going to be repeated, but for now, this makes the most sense. And we'll just keep updating it. Oops, I forgot that I needed to add this line here. Oh, goodness. Here. There we go. Now that's better. And then we change this to that. This to that. I believe that's everything. Still gonna break. Whoa! Woohoo! We have something functional in the worst possible way. Okay. Let me go find that offset that I accidentally did. Oh, I need this. That's what's going on. Whoops. Okay. We have made no progress. Length plus equals 1. When we check for food, we eat. Okay. So let's also change this to elif. So that way it works as intended. That should also clean that up. Yeah, okay. Now we can only go in those directions. Cool. But it's not eating food, which has me concerned. So we have next head. Oh, there's different ones. Oh, okay. That's my bad. I didn't copy. No, I thought I did. Because down is plus self-block. And then up is plus or minus. Okay, that one's fine. And then we have... Oh, wait a second. This does not seem right. No, wait. Minus, plus. Okay, that's fine. Next head. Self-block. Is it because we're making rectangles instead? Ah, that's frustrating. I'd really rather just be able to render them the way I wanted to. How is this being rendered here? This is Windows self-cover. This is slightly different. Okay, let's do it this way then. Fine. Wait, this is food. Hang on. Not the right one. Okay. So this one is draw the segment. Let's copy this time. Oh, that's right. I'm doing the wrong one. I think the way to reverse it is this, and then I want to... Oh, but I don't... Let's copy this. And, oh, this needs to be screen. This is why you use the same variables, folks. And then get rid of the segment and make it segment and see if that works. I expect duplicates. Has no attribute color. That's my bad. I forgot about that. Whoa. Well, that's definitely broken. We've lost. Oh, there it is, and then there it goes. Well, it ran off screen. We had something, and then poof. Oh, there it is. It's just moving way faster. Well, that's a different dilemma. I wonder, let's see. I think the delay is fine. I just think we need to figure out how to first line and draw. Yes, perhaps. Since we're already doing the entire body. Let's try that again. Oh! It's kind of gone. I can't find it. It won't come back. It's there, but it lost collision. It's just too fast. What? Cool. Let's go all the way to -1. Gonna put that back. Gonna do that. Okay, it works again. But we don't have tails anymore. And they're not appearing. Oh, there it was, and there it went. Well, I'm a little stumped. I think this is a good time to push and be like, y'all can figure it out. Shutty snake. Which we briefly had, but cool. I think with that, we have a somewhat functional snake breakout, but definitely lots of work to do. I do think we're good to end it here just because it kind of functions, but I think that at this point it's like figuring out rendering and also making the body work, but at least for a little bit, we were able to collect food. It didn't grow, but at least it collected food. And then we can work on and it did bounce off at least the first the head of the snake. So it's just adapting a little bit further. But I appreciate you all joining me. I'm sorry we once again did not finish, but that's kind of how these streams go. And I really do leave them open-ended a little bit on purpose because I do want people to be able to take it in their own direction. That way it's a unique project, unique to them, something they can put on their resume, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, any questions, comments, concerns before we close up? I've just pushed the stuff onto GitHub, so let me go grab that. Where is? Give me. Oh, hang on. That. There we go. So the GitHub link as a reminder in case you'd like to pull up recent stuff is there. And then let me go get the check-in link. But if y'all don't have questions, then wait, what? What do you mean you leave the stream on and get free points? What does that mean? Oh, thank you for sharing that, but I'll post again since there's some people on YouTube. Channel points. That's on right now? You only get them while the stream is live, not the rewards, but earning them is. Oh! Okay, then y'all have to come up with questions because I'm not going to sit here in silence for 20 minutes. I'll wait. I'll just eat my lunch. Nobody needs to watch me eat my lunch, though. How orange is the sky? Not very orange today. That's the only question you got? Oh, lame. How do you approach learning new game dev skills? You're getting 100 more? I mean, kind of like what we've been doing for the last 3 streams. Just relearning, or learning how to create things that you enjoy or that you like is a good way to start. Because then you'll see, there's so many different ways to do it. For example, I absolutely love Galaga. So much so that I got this as a present, which was an awesome present. I actually have never tried to recreate Galaga, but it's certainly on my list of things that I want to do. Oh my God, that's a lot of questions. Oh, I think these are password questions. I'm gonna skip some of those. But as far as learning new game dev skills, I mean, these workshops this entire week have been customized for that. Oh my goodness, it keeps coming. There's so many questions. You have to be asking ChatGPT for questions. Let's see, what else? You could also, like, I ended up learning game development by purposely doing mini projects recreating games in different languages. So I did actually do a UI game in their key. They keep going. Oh my god. I made different games with different UI libraries across different languages. So I did a UI library in C and C++. I did UI stuff in Java. I did UI stuff in Python, which is why I'm like, I know Pygame. I know how it works on the inside, like with how rendering works and how I'm like, oh, we just need to put different things in front of it because I have a background in that. I need to scroll up now. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I've actually never attended a workshop for game development. I took classes in it. That was one of my focuses for my major. Alrighty, the most adventurous thing I've ever done. I don't know. Like, do you mean like dangerous? I guess adventurous would be learning to camp. I don't know how to. I've been learning how to camp of late, which is cool. My favorite book. That's hard because there's a lot of books I like. I read a lot of books. So if you've been to Today in Global Hack Week, I will usually have a fun fact about I have read over 160 books last year, and that my goal is to read over 200 this year in different languages. So my most recent favorite book would be How to Lose a Time War. I really enjoyed how it was letters back and forth, and I thought the writing style was very unique and different compared to a lot of mainstream books today. Let's see. What is the best piece of advice I've ever received? Sometimes you just got to get it done. Like you're 80% of the way there and you have 20% left to go and you just got to sit down and knock it out. I still remember that advice. My favorite hobby is crafting. My favorite food is carapulca. Master one skill overnight would be the ability to learn any language ever, like fluently, like become fluent in, let's say, under a month. My favorite way to relax. What is relaxation? How do you do that? Because I am too busy. Well, this answer is you'll speak any language fluently. It would be all of them. I would love to do that. If I could only eat one cuisine, Peruvian. I just love Peruvian. My biggest pet peeve. Ooh, misspelling my name. I do not like when people misspell my name or try and give me nicknames. My name is Cecilia, and it will be spelled as such. Yeah. Let's see. If I could have any view from my window, it would be a beach. I miss the beach. Let's see. My favorite thing about traveling is not being here in this state that I currently live in. Well, it's also just seeing new landscapes and new things and having different weather. Oh my goodness, you're still going. There's a lot. I'm like picking a few questions because there's so many. The most adventurous food I've eaten? Technically, we have scorpion lollipops and scorpion gummies here. I haven't actually eaten them. I think I ate the cricket one instead because I was like, I can't do it. I don't want to eat scorpion. My favorite way to spend a hot summer day is going to the beach. No, it's not that I know Pygame. It's that I know how it works on the inside. It's that I have like a better understanding of like why certain decisions were made because of the background I have in game engines. Yeah. Oh God, it continues. The most interesting museum I've been to is actually the one here in my state, because of one exhibit that I really, really love. I forget the exact name of the exhibit. What's it called? The exhibit is You Who Are Getting Obliterated in the Fireflies, I think. What is the exact name? In a Dancing Swarm of Fireflies. I really, really love that exhibit. Favorite thing about nature is that there's no people. I don't like people. My favorite thing to do when I'm alone is to enjoy that I'm alone. I'm a really big introvert. I need long recovery periods. As I mentioned, I have crafts all over my desk as a recovery from all the meetings I have today. My favorite way to spend a rainy day is crafting and having tea. I do love a good cup of tea. If I could have any fictional technology. Oh, that's a hard thing to answer because I've read so many fiction, fantasy, sci-fi books. Oh man, Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide. I would want Marvin. Is it Malvin? Marvin? Something like that. Whatever his name is. I love his attitude. I would want him. I don't want to answer any of these. We already asked some of these. Oh, my favorite thing to do is actually to bake. I bake. Well, I used to bake a lot. Nowadays, not so much because I don't have as many people around me to eat what I make. I made scones 2 weeks ago. That was pretty fun. That turned out really good. But I actually got a recipe book from one of my friends. She went to an estate sale and she found a book that was on Japanese sweets. And so I'm actually really excited to try that out. I might do that in the next few weeks as an attempt at relaxation. Something I'm really good at that few people know about. I feel like I can't say crafting anymore because like people know I do crafts and I offer them to people. But I feel like the fact that I can read like up to 5 books in a day if I'm given the time is not as well known because it's terrifying. And people don't believe me, and then they ask my partner and he's like, yeah, no, she I've watched her do it. I've watched her read. It's really creepy, but she does. Let's see. That job for a day one keeps coming up and I just don't want to answer it because jobs are hard. I don't want to talk about jobs. If I could live anywhere in the world. That's the thing though. There are certain areas I just love the appeal of, but I don't love the politics, or I like the culture, but I don't like the location, or I don't like other aspects of it. And it's if I could just pick the good things about everything and put it into one location, then I would go to that. Lazy Sunday is the same as a rainy day. I would rather have a rainy day. My favorite holiday is Halloween because I get to dress up as not myself. And the most valuable lesson I've learned from a failure is just keep trying. Keep trying, keep figuring it out. In the right environment with its failure positive, it won't actually be a failure. It'll be like, I goofed, time to fix it, move on, and try again. All right. Anybody else have questions? Because that ate 8 minutes or so. Good Lord. My goal for today was not to talk so much. simply because I have a sore throat. And I was trying to preserve my voice given how many meetings I've had this week. Actually, let's go count. How many meetings have I had this week? On top, including streams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm going to have 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, which is an all-day thing, 23. Yeah, I will have had 23 meetings this week. Cries. One of those got canceled because I needed to sleep. So it would have been 24. I'm not showing people my calendar. It's just assume it's a colorful mess. It makes me cry. You know, I'm sure ChatGPT does have 100 more, but I'm also like, that's a lot. Well, how about this? I have a question for chat then. I gotta think of a good one now because there's so many to pick from in this long list. I don't know. What's your favorite cultural food? I'm actually yeah. What's your favorite cultural food? Because I'm always looking for foods to try, like, and that includes drinks because I got the chance to have a Deni chai at a Yemeni place. That was so good. Oh my gosh. I loved the tea. It was so good. It was so nice and tasty, and I want it, but I can't find a Yemeni place here. I think I have to go searching, and I don't know how to vet it. Drinks count because I don't know. I want to be open-minded. Like, things taste good. Doesn't matter if it's a drink or a food or a soup. Mango lassi. Oh, I've heard so much about these. I actually can't drink it. It has too much lactose in it, or lactose in it for me to drink it. But I really want to try it. I know everyone else who's had it really likes it. We got 5 minutes, people. What are your favorite drinks or foods? Gonna make notes so I can go and attempt to try things and not die. Otherwise, though, I'm probably gonna crochet because I have blanket squares to make. Y'all really want those points, though. No one else, huh? Or y'all thinking? There is also only 5 minutes. So at this point, it's just killing time. Like, why am I doing this, actually? What possessed me to do this? I don't know about everybody else, but I would totally have this on in the background. I would not pay attention. I'd be like, background noise. Maybe I will tune in and learn something. Maybe not. But I am really bad at auditory content, so. We have a snake game version. Snake. Ooh, we have a power up. We will not. I do not know what it is. I am not about to find out. Okay, let's go try this. It's a cat dancing. You know, I'm inclined to believe you, but I don't trust the strangers on the internet. Ooh. This is moving pretty quickly. Is this the power up? Oh, wait. Is it? It just changes the colors. Oh, but it's MLH colors! Maybe. I think so. I think that's what's going on. Neat. This is such a good implementation. Very nice. See, imagine if I had time, which I don't have, things would be so much better. And it could turn out like this. Very cool. Ooh, another power up. Oh, I guess I would turn the food yellow if I wanted to do MLH. And then, like, make the snake red instead if I wanted to do MLH. But what's the power up supposed to be? Maybe I would be able to, like, I haven't actually tested it. Hang on. Let's see. If I can actually, it's the invincibility power up. Oh, so does that mean I can just hit the wall? Oh, that's so cool. Okay, now I gotta see how you coded this. I'm curious. Okay. Invincibility spawn, draw the rectangle. If invisible and true and power time, fill with a different color. Invincible, invincible. I want to see how you did this. So you have the update function, erasing, update if in. Oh, if it's false, then it checks for collisions with itself. Otherwise, it just checks for fruit collision. That's a smart implementation. Way to go. That was neat. Very, very cool. Y'all are impressive folk. Absolutely not. Very nice, y'all. Y'all have come up with some good ideas. I'm so, so glad that I got to see those. And with that, we are nearly at time. We have 30 seconds. What are you going to do in the 30 seconds that you have? As you can see, I'm just gonna get the last 12 channel points. Only 12 points. Jesus. I mean, I'll let it go slightly over just so you can get those points, I guess. Others get 10. Oh, we got a special one here. Okay. All right. And we are now past time. Thanks so much for joining. Make sure you tune in for anybody else's streams and show them the same amount of love you've shown me today. And have a good rest of your Global Hack Week. See y'all.